Hello, my name is Anthony Wu, and I'll be talking about GoSquared, a web analytics tool. Their logo can be seen on the right. To begin with, I will talk about the launch of GoSquared. GoSquared launched February 3rd, 2006 in the UK. It was founded by James Gill, Jeff Wagstaff, and JT. They actually founded the company when they were just 14 years old. I couldn't even imagine myself starting a business that young. It started off as an online advertising platform where businesses would pay GoSquared for ad space on web pages they partnered with. And it actually wasn't until 2010 when they introduced web analytics to it in order to diversify their business. GoSquared's target market mainly focuses on subscription services. At the top of the slide, I included a screenshot of their website where they say that they enable subscriptions businesses to grow, which again emphasizes their target market. Some example of companies they work with include FluidStack, Beta, and Knowledge Unlatched. Now, in terms of trials and pricing, GoSquare offers a free trial for 7 days. You are required to create an account and put some information, such as your website, company, name, and a few other things, but it doesn't really ask for much and it's simple to set up. The price does range a bit from $9 a month to $99 a month. The difference between the plans is how many page views and projects it includes. $9 a month will get you 100,000 page views, and $99 a month will get you 2.5 million page views. Overall, it does cost more as you get more traffic to your web page, so one would have to watch out for that, but it definitely isn't the highest priced tool I've seen. The installation process is actually quite simple. All you have to do is create an account with GoSquare and install their software to your website. According to them, there's actually no other setup required. And to prove this, at the bottom of the slide, I included a screenshot of their website. They said that once you install GoSquare, then you'll be ready to use your dashboard right away. I'd imagine the hardest part of the installation would be requiring you to input some JavaScript into your website, but I don't see it being that difficult. GoSquare does include many clickstream analysis metrics, but I only included some of them. The top content metric shows which web page is actually performing the best. This could be useful to see what web page your audience thinks is the most useful. Maybe your company may want to change the landing page to include some of the things that the top web page has. The next metric is device usage, which just shows how much time your users are spending on each device. For example, if the majority of users are using a mobile device, then it might be useful to focus on updating the mobile version of the website to look the best when viewing it through a smaller screen. The final metric I included is the smart bounce rate. The bounce rate just refers to the amount of people visiting your website and then just immediately clicking off. The interesting thing about GoSquared's bounce rate is that they use their own engagement metrics to see what is considered a bounce. Most analytics tools I've seen would just have the user determine what would be considered a bounce. Now, in terms of real-time reporting, GoSquared does very well in that department. From the start of making their web analytic tool, they had real-time data in mind. This allowed them to have every metric and number updated in real time. Some specific metrics they have included are real-time browsers. This shows what browsers users are currently using. This could be used to have an insight on which browsers people may have issues with in terms of loading up their website. Another metric specifically mentioned is real-time operating systems, which shows what OS the user is currently using. This could be helpful to see what OS your audience prefers when using your website. The dashboard for GoSquared is good if you like to keep things simple. The dashboard can actually fit all in one web page, and there is no side menus like the ones you see in Google Analytics. The picture on the right shows an example dashboard being explained by the company CEO. And as you can see, the dashboard doesn't really allow you to do much besides some basic filtering and changing the date range. The downside of keeping things simple is that there is no segmentation available for users to use, which it could make you miss out on some really critical insight. The main unique feature that I don't see many web analytic tools doing is protecting users' privacy. GoSquared makes privacy a focal point of their tool. They don't make money from selling users' data to advertise, like Google Analytics does or other analytic tools, and they are GDPR compliant. GDPR standing for General Data Protection Regulation, which is based in the EU, where the government is more involved with users' privacy. Also, GoSquared prevents the collection of any personal identifiable information. This basically just means that the data it collects from the users are not linked to one individual. It does not include things like their names, phone numbers, or anything that can identify a person. Overall, GoSquared really cares about users' privacy and does everything in order to protect them. Because of the simplicity of GoSquared, the tool is very easy to use. In terms of getting started, they make the plans offered very simple by just changing the amount of projects and page views available for each plan. You see a lot of other subscription tools make it very complicated, showing them a checklist for users to pick out with many different things changing from plan to plan. Also, the tool allows for unlimited team sharing, so you won't have to pay anything extra for having more people using the tool at the same time. Some tools actually do restrict how many users that can be currently using the tool, which seriously impedes on the usability. I remember using a tool for my previous internship, Jungle Scout, and we often had issues with too many employees using the tool at the same time. So it's always good to see GoSquared doesn't have that issue. Also, with one click, you can export the data the tool collects into a CSV file, so you can import it into another tool, such as Excel, which is always good to have freedom to use the data the tool collects freely. Now, there are plenty of advantages when it comes to using GoSquared. It's simple to use, and the dashboard is easy to read, and it's not really cluttered. They have strong privacy policies, so your users can rest easy that their data isn't being sold to some other company. Also, there's a free trial for people who just want to test out the tool, and there's a cheap plan offered for just $9 a month if you don't want to fully commit. Your website performance also wouldn't change with the installation of their software, since they utilize a light JavaScript that won't be too taxing to run, unlike some other tools who may impede the function of your website. Another advantage is that there is no extra charge for users, for extra users, which means it won't cost an arm and a leg if you have a big team that needs to use the tool at the same time, as I previously mentioned. Now, GoSquared does have some drawbacks, as with every tool. It has the absence of search engine optimization, and the tool seems to be more focused on simplicity and providing real-time analytics, so it does miss out on some extra features that other tools do provide. The fact that it's so simple, always comes with its own drawbacks. There isn't a lot of customization on the dashboard, and it doesn't really have a segmentation feature, so you really can't compare other metrics to other ones. There are ways to find specific metrics with the data that the dashboard doesn't include, but you'd have to export the data into a CSV file and then import it to a different tool such as Excel. This just causes more steps and is a bit more troublesome to do so, if you ask me. Also, as your company grows and you need more page views, then so does your monthly cost for the tool. It can cost up to $99 a month, which is a cost to consider when you're thinking about scaling your business. However, it doesn't really seem that there's a lot of hassle to increase your monthly plan except for the cost, so you won't have that much of trouble transitioning to other plants. And that is the end of my presentation. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.